So for this example, we want to plot the points 3, 315 degrees, -2 pi radians, and -1, -pi/2 radians in polar coordinates. So you ever want to plot a point in polar coordinates, which you're going to be doing a little bit of to get started here so you get a sense for the flavor. Bear in mind that everything we're doing is kind of circular, so it's going to look a bit like drawing on a it's a shooting target. But what we're going to do is, I would say, start with the radius and take that radius measurement out and then follow through on whatever spin you need to do. So for that first point, if we have our set of axes like before, we have a radius of 3 where a positive radius is taken to the right out from that pole. So our radius would get us out to somewhere like here if we say that's 3. And then for our spin of 315 degrees, we're going counterclockwise. So we'd end up somewhere out here. And as a result, oh boy, that's a really bad picture. But somewhere here, geez, I should get that scale inward just a, actually I'm not gonna get that scale. Let's fix this picture just a bit more. Get that rotation a bit cleaner, as it were. And we'll use the large circle method to get our point 315 degrees. And as you can tell, I'm not great at drawing circles, but that's roughly the picture we'd be looking at. Where if you want a cleaner picture, here is one that I think will capture what's going on here just a little bit better than what I have drawn there. Next, if you want to talk about that point -2 pi, we can do that same sort of thing, where what we're going to do is we have, thinking of our pole, since we're going in a negative direction, we'll be going to the right, -2 for that radius, and then our rotation pi is going to be a full 180 degrees taken in the counterclockwise direction. So we'll end up at the point over here, which we should be seeing popping up right about now in a cleaner picture than what I would draw, to be sure. And then for our third case, we're going to go again out for that radius of -1. Excuse me, I should have said left in that last one, because we're moving to your left, not my left, of -1. And then we are going to spin pi/2 radians clockwise, because we are taking our rotation in the negative direction to end up on what we would consider to be the negative y-axis if you think rectangularly. But this is roughly the sort of picture we're going to end up with when we talk about plotting points in polar coordinates. It's this sort of representation in terms of radial distance and spin, where hopefully looking at these, you probably see that there might be better ways to talk about these positions. There might be better ways to talk about these distances and these placements than what we have, and that actually is the case, that based on how these are set up, there actually isn't one unique way to represent a point in polar coordinates. But in fact, there's infinitely many ways. We'll see that in the next set.